It was an ordinary Wednesday afternoon for Keller Sutherland, a dedicated first-grade teacher at Ellen Woodside Elementary School in Greenville, South Carolina. The school day had been particularly challenging, with a series of meetings canceled at the last minute, leaving her feeling drained and questioning whether she was making the impact she hoped for in her students' lives. As she left the school parking lot, she looked forward to a few quiet hours at home before attending the evening church service. Little did she know, her drive home would lead to an extraordinary encounter that would reaffirm her purpose as an educator and leave an indelible mark on her heart. As Sutherland navigated her way down US 25, a busy highway notorious for its lack of a median or shoulder, she noticed something unusual in the distance. A small figure was pedaling furiously along the side of the road, weaving dangerously close to the speeding traffic. Her heart skipped a beat as she realized it was a young boy, no older than 7 or 8, struggling to maintain control of his bike. The highway was no place for a child, and Sutherland's instincts kicked in immediately. She knew she had to act quickly to prevent a potential tragedy. Pulling her car over, Sutherland approached the boy, her concern growing with every step. She got closer, she recognized him. It was Cameron, one of her former students. His face was flushed, his breathing ragged, and his eyes wide with fear. The moment their eyes met, Sutherland knew something was terribly wrong. Cameron wasn't the type of child to wander off or act recklessly. Whatever had driven him to ride his bike down a busy highway, it was serious. "Cameron, what are you doing out here? Does your dad know where you are?" Sutherland asked, her voice calm but firm. The boy shook his head, gasping for air as he tried to explain. Sensing his distress, Sutherland knelt down to his level, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Take a deep breath, sweetheart. Tell me what's going on." Between ragged breaths, Cameron revealed the harrowing truth. His father, a severe diabetic, had suffered a dangerous episode at home. These episodes, which occurred periodically, caused his father to lose brain function, leaving him disoriented and unable to care for himself. Cameron, wise beyond his years, knew exactly what to do in such situations: call for emergency help. But this time, he had encountered a problem he couldn't solve on his own. "I tried to unlock his phone, but I couldn't," Cameron explained, his voice trembling. "I knocked on the neighbors' doors, but no one was home. I didn't know what else to do, so I decided to ride my bike to my grandma's house. She lives 5 miles away, and I thought she could help." Sutherland's heart ached as she listened to Cameron's story. At just 7 years old, he had taken on the weight of an adult's responsibility, determined to save his father's life even if it meant risking his own. The sheer bravery and selflessness of this little boy left her in awe. She knew she had to act quickly to ensure both Cameron and his father were safe. As Sutherland comforted Cameron, a pair of semi-truck drivers who had also noticed the boy pulled over to assist. Together, they called 911, explaining the situation and providing the necessary details. Emergency responders were dispatched to Cameron's home, where they found his father lying barely conscious on the bathroom floor. Thanks to Cameron's quick thinking and Sutherland's timely intervention, his father received immediate medical attention and was stabilized at the scene. Reflecting on the incident, Sutherland couldn't help but marvel at Cameron's courage. "He was the bravest little boy I have ever seen," she later told reporters. In the face of fear and danger, he didn't hesitate to do whatever it took to save his dad. It was truly inspiring. The news of Cameron's heroic actions spread quickly, reaching the halls of Ellen Woodside Elementary School. Principal Sean McCain was deeply moved by the story and decided to honor Cameron in a special assembly. "Cameron was doing exactly what he was taught," McCain said. "He knew how to respond in an emergency, but he didn't know how to unlock his dad's phone. That's something we can address as a school community." The assembly not only celebrated Cameron's bravery, but also served as an opportunity to educate students on how to make emergency calls using different types of phones. McCain emphasized the importance of being prepared and knowing how to access help in critical situations. Cameron's story became a teachable moment for the entire school, inspiring his peers to be proactive and courageous in the face of adversity. For Sutherland, the experience was a profound reminder of why she became a teacher in the first place. "On a day when I felt I wasn't making an impact, God intervened and placed me where I needed to be for Cameron," she said. "It was a divine moment that reaffirmed my purpose and reminded me of the incredible resilience and strength of children." Cameron's mother, overwhelmed with gratitude, expressed her heartfelt thanks to Sutherland and the kind strangers who had stopped to help her son. "I can't thank them enough for what they did," she said. "Cameron trusts his teacher so much, and I know that's why he felt safe as soon as he saw her." In the days that followed, Cameron's story continued to inspire those who heard it. His selfless actions not only saved his father's life, but also served as a powerful reminder of the impact one person, no matter how small, can have on the world. For Sutherland, Cameron's bravery was a beacon of hope and a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As the school year progressed, Sutherland found herself approaching her work with renewed passion and purpose. She knew that her role as a teacher extended far beyond the classroom. It was about nurturing, guiding, and empowering her students to be the best versions of themselves. Cameron's story had reminded her of the profound influence educators can have on their students' lives, and she was determined to continue making a difference, one child at a time. It wasn't just Cameron who was the hero of this story. It was the collective effort of a community, a teacher, a pair of truck drivers, emergency responders, and a school principal that came together to ensure a happy ending. But perhaps the most enduring lesson was the one Cameron taught them all: that courage, love, and determination can overcome even the most daunting challenges. And so, as Sutherland drove home that evening, the weight of her earlier doubts lifted, replaced by a sense of gratitude and purpose. But she knew that she had been exactly where she needed to be, at exactly the right time. And she knew, without a doubt, that she was making an impact one brave little boy at a time. But Cameron's life at home was far from ordinary. His father's severe diabetes had been a constant source of worry for the family. Cameron had grown up witnessing his father's struggles, and from a young age, he had been taught how to recognize the signs of a diabetic episode. His mother, a nurse, had instilled in him the importance of staying calm and taking action when necessary. Despite his tender age, Cameron had already developed a sense of responsibility that most children his age couldn't fathom. On the day of the incident, Cameron had been playing in his room when he heard a loud thud from the bathroom. Rushing to investigate, he found his father slumped on the floor, barely conscious. Panic set in as he tried to recall the steps his mother had taught him. He reached for his father's phone, but the lock screen was an insurmountable obstacle. Desperation drove him to seek help from neighbors, but the empty houses only added to his fear. With no other options, Cameron made the brave decision to ride his bike to his grandmother's house, a journey that would take him down a perilous highway. For Keller Sutherland, the encounter with Cameron was a turning point. As a teacher, she had always strived to create a safe and nurturing environment for her students. But the incident made her realize the profound impact educators can have beyond the classroom. In the days that followed, she found herself reflecting on the emotional toll the event had taken on her. "I couldn't stop thinking about what could have happened if I hadn't been there," Sutherland admitted. "It made me realize how fragile life is and how important it is to be there for our students, not just academically, but emotionally as well." Sutherland's experience also highlighted the importance of teaching children life skills, such as how to handle emergencies. She began incorporating lessons on safety and emergency preparedness into her curriculum, ensuring that her students would be equipped to handle unexpected situations. The story of Cameron's bravery quickly spread throughout the Greenville community, sparking a wave of kindness and support. Local businesses and organizations reached out to the family, offering assistance and resources to help them better manage the father's diabetes. A fundraiser was organized to provide the family with a medical alert system, ensuring that Cameron would never have to face such a situation alone again. The school district also took action, implementing a district-wide initiative to educate students on emergency preparedness. Workshops were held to teach children how to make emergency calls, use different types of phones, and recognize the signs of medical emergencies. Cameron's story became a catalyst for change, inspiring the community to come together and prioritize the safety and well-being of its youngest members.